Hey everybody, Koosemose here, back with another Minecraft Bingo. We're playing the second of the weekly blind bingo challenge seeds for the week of July 17th, 2015. The seed you can see on the right is 5332. Taking a quick look at our card here, there are a few potential lines. I realize I say that most every week. It's either that or this is a really hard card. But that's usually the way it goes. There's either several routes of attack or there's a lot of really hard stuff. But the line I'm feeling the best about would be the far right column. We need a pretty good bit of iron for that, a total of 14. And clay, which usually is fine. And we need leather for the item frame. But I feel reasonably confident. That, of course, may be false confidence. We'll only find out when I get in game. But let us, well, wait until we drop a little bit lower and see what we can see. We'll try to make a plan for attack. The snow is not promising for getting cows. Alright, let's scan around. Okay, we want to head towards the non-snowy area. That's a taiga, so that's not good. Right, I think it's that way. I already took some damage right off the bat. That's a way to go. Actually, am I heading towards the taiga? Did I get crossed up? Probably. It looks plainsy. Yeah, there's some birches over there. The birches are promising. Do I have any need of chickens? I don't believe so, but I can, well, I thought I could kill one. Let's get over here. I would have liked to have jumped, but that just didn't seem to work. We'll go ahead and get our wood. I've definitely been thinking I need to see about getting just a minimum amount of wood. Let's try 4. And then once I have my axe, I can get more, which will save a little bit of time. Yeah, that does pretty well for that. Leaving me enough. Yeah, that was what, 4? That seems pretty promising, actually. That got me enough wood for my first pick. And just enough for all of the sticks I should need. The next trick, of course, is actually remembering that. Grab just a piece of coal. And let's get all of our assorted tools. I did that wrong. Well, I tried. Okay. We'll hop across, grab a little bit more wood. Because I feel pretty confident that's not enough wood. That should be. It's another 12 planks. And since we need so much iron... Oh... This is pretty promising. Alright. I feel confident we can handle these guys. Alright, let's see what's in here. Does this change things? I don't think so, actually. But let's keep on heading down for some iron. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. A spider spawner, can we... Okay, I've just gotten myself into a big old mess. Well, I was going to say let's try to keep the skeleton, or the zombie between us and the skeleton. Alright. Try to break this before it spawns. A little bit of food. You know, for 2 dungeons, they have not paid off well. Alright. Let's go ahead and set this down. That's probably... yeah, well, should have set that down first. That was a mistake. Goodness, another spawner. Okay. First off, let's eat some of our bread. We need to be healing. We also need to break that. Wow, golden apple. Okay. That's the spawner I just saw, right? I hope so. Let's get this going. Honestly, I'm actually tempted to just put the golden apple on my bar and use that for a bit of food. Okay, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be 13, and I think I saw 14 here. Just in case I'm bad at counting, we'll grab 1 extra. Okay, so all of that in 12 plus... okay, that's right. Alright, let's go ahead and break this and see about finding our way to the surface. We do need shears. And actually, now that I think of it, that's going to make a bloody mess of my inventory, but perhaps the little bit of time I've saved crafting a chest? I don't think so, to be honest with you. Okay, let's go up here. And let's see if we can spy some vines. I'm not seeing anything quite yet. And I also need to keep an eye out for clay, so let's go along the river area. We don't have to want to have to go too horribly deep. You know what? We're going to eat this. And we'll kill these for some food. Hopefully this will last us long enough. Are you telling me this is a swamp without any swamp trees? That is kind of terrible, actually. But a bit disappointing. Alright, so we need to find a second swamp. Pretty sure that's a swamp. I'm not going to take the time to check because, well, it doesn't seem worth the while. Alright, so let's head... alright, well, we're going to have to swim for it, I think. Brick that... oh, leather! Frack. I haven't passed any cows, have I? I would be very put out if I passed cows. Alright, so let us... first off, I need a bit of food. Cook that, cook with that. Now find my shears. There's that. Cook me at least 1 chicken. You know what, as hungry as I am, I'm going to eat this up. And that's all that. I have so much cooking I need to do. And I'm having to swim way more than I should. But would have been best to keep looking for a more accessible swamp. Of course, I also thought, oh, well, right there's a more accessible swamp. For a moment, I was also thinking that was the last thing I needed. So that was kind of my mistake. Once again. Okay, so we need leather. So cows, a lot of rabbits, or horses. Our best bet is probably plains. There's a pumpkin, which would be right in line with... oh, cow. Hello, cow. and rabbits and wow, everything. You had better have leather for me, sir. Yes, you do. Alright, let's put this down. We'll cook with that. And let's make our item frame. Oh, right, we need to actually put the leather in. Okay, we need a chest. Oh, we've already got a chest. Okay. So, first off, that is a terrible place for my furnace. But nonetheless, I stuck it there, and well, I'm not certain why I thought that was a good idea, and it stopped cooking, of course. Okay. Let us take half of it out, take half of this out. And first off, come on. We don't want any more of that. We can make this real quick. That, this, and that. Okay, we're just about there. One more from here. Need a total of what, 7? So this should be done. It is a cauldron, right? Yeah. And we'll be just a little over 10 minutes. There we go. 10 minutes and 19 seconds. I could have done that a bit better. Honestly though, I think... Well, okay, there was that obvious mistake, swimming more than I needed to. But things like that, it's I don't know, it's kind of hard to say because... Well, let's get... No, I did that again. It's sometimes really hard to say, especially something of going the wrong direction, even an obvious mistake like swimming more than I need to, that my time would have been better had I not done that, because there's no real way for me to be certain I would have ended up in the same area with the cows. I could have went the right direction, done everything perfectly, but also have went a direction that left me with no cows. So aside from that, I took a bit of a, not even a risk. I think it was definitely the right choice to go in all those dungeons. Could I have handled them better? Probably. But I didn't die, so there's that. It was kind of sad there was no iron. I should have just saw that there was no iron and left them. But it's so tempting to just take things from there. The bread definitely helped. The redstone, I don't know why I took the redstone, or the bucket, or several of the other things I took. I'm bad for that. Chests are always so tempting. But still not a terrible time. And we'll be back next time, if all goes well, with the 25-minute challenge. But until then, catch you later.